AITA for telling my half-siblings I won't drop my dad for them? When I 24 months was 7, my mom died. I had two younger half-siblings who were 4 and 3 at the time. They had different dads. The older of my two half-siblings was born as the result of an affair mom had while she was married to dad. He found out about the affair before mom gave birth and got a DNA test so he didn't have to be responsible for the baby. He had to do the same again because mom got pregnant again before the divorce was finalized and had to prove he wasn't the father. It was apparently a really big fight because she wanted him to raise the three of us, and he said never. My mom had primary custody of me and full custody of my half-siblings because neither had their dad in the picture. When mom died, I went to live with dad, and they were separated from each other and placed apart. I never saw them for the rest of our childhoods, but eventually, as I learned, our mom's family were found and took them both in. They had no idea we existed. They reached out to me last year. We talked some. They told me about mom's family. They asked about my life. It was going okay between us for a while. But then they started to tell me my dad was an asshole and how dare he let them go into foster care, how he was responsible for separating us, and they told me I shouldn't have anything more to do with him. They didn't like that I was close with my dad. I said we needed to drop that line of conversation, but they wouldn't. They said he should never have allowed us to be separated, and a real man would have taken them on when they had nobody else. The time they were in foster care was shitty, and they've opened up about it. They blame my dad for it. But even if it makes me an asshole, I don't. He's not their father and wasn't in their lives when mom was alive. I tried to keep building a relationship with them, but when they gave me an ultimatum, I told them I won't drop dad for them. They said I should go to hell and think about what a disgusting POS I was standing by. AITA. AITA for taking back the spare key. After my sister let her boyfriend in without asking, here's the situation. I, 30F, recently moved into a new place, and being the nice sister that I am, I gave my sister Maya, 26F, a spare key in case of an emergency. You know, for situations like needing to get in for a repair person or something like that. Fast forward to last week when I was out of town for a few days, and I found out from my roommate that Maya had used the key to let her boyfriend in while I wasn't home. Apparently, she didn't ask me about it first. She just showed up with him and let him hang out at my place, saying it was convenient because she was nearby. I was pretty upset when I found out. I mean, we have a close relationship, but using the key without asking first feels like a big breach of trust. I didn't want her assuming she had free reign over my home when I'm not around. So I told her I was taking the key back, and honestly, I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal. But now she's furious with me. She says I'm being unreasonable and controlling, and that I should have been chill about it because it was just her boyfriend coming over. But to me, it's not just about her boyfriend coming over. It's about her not respecting boundaries and the trust I placed in her by giving her the key. I don't know. Am I overreacting here? Should I have just let it slide? AITAH for wanting to cut ties with my dad because he can't stay out of prison. Okay, so me, F19, and my dad have had a pretty strong relationship since I was pretty young. But over the years, I've been starting to distance myself from him because he can't stay out of prison. He also has friends and they have got him arrested multiple times, and he won't stop being friends with them because they make him money and sell him drugs. I do honestly want the best for my dad, but he said he will stop so many times that I just can't believe it anymore. I also live with my nan, his mom, and she thinks there's nothing wrong with this, and she's trying to get me to pay for a solicitor, and I just wanted to know if I'm the a-hole. AITA for telling someone to stop mentioning their allergies when we go out to restaurants? I have a family member, 31F, that sees an allergist and claims that they're allergic to nearly everything under the sun, including things I've seen them eat for years with no issues. The past 2 times we've gone out to eat, they mention their level 5 allergy, and the look of panic that ensues on the waiters' faces gives me secondhand embarrassment. The first time, we went out to an Italian restaurant where they made a scene about their level 5 garlic allergy to the waiter. They had ordered a pizza and claimed that the pizza had never given them problems before, but that they cannot have any garlic. The manager came back and said that all their pizzas have garlic. My family member then said, "Oh, that's okay then. Is it a level 5 allergy if you can eat it?" They were also perfectly fine and didn't complain during or after the meal. The second time we went to a Chinese restaurant. They ordered a seafood soup. Then I have a level 5 allergy to fish. The waiter looked completely flabbergasted. Then her mom starts explaining that they've had the soup before, but that they just don't eat the shrimp. The waiter then explained that the rest of the soup would have made contact with the shrimp. Again, it's fine. I've had it before. I'm just allergic. So why bring it up? I finally said last night that they really need to knock it off. Every time she pipes up with the allergy talk, she orders something that directly contains what she's allergic to. I'm not an allergist, but I'm pretty sure that if you can eat the food with no symptoms or discomfort, you're not allergic. All she's doing is causing panic for the waiter and turning herself into a liability if she did have an allergy. AITA? AITA for refusing to attend my sister's wedding after she didn't include my daughter as a flower girl? So, I, 28F, have a sister, Clara, 32F, who's getting married in a few months. We've always been close, but things have gotten complicated since she started planning her wedding. A bit of backstory. I have a daughter, Lily, 6, who adores Clara. Clara initially told Lily she could be a flower girl, and Lily has been excitedly talking about her big role at the wedding ever since. However, last week, Clara called me to say that she changed her mind. She decided to have only her fiancé's nieces as flower girls because they are from a very traditional family, and having them included would please his family. I tried to explain how much this meant to Lily and that she was really looking forward to it. Lily was already feeling part of the day and had even started calling it our wedding whenever she talked about it. Clara said she felt really bad, but her future in-laws were very insistent, and it would make things smoother for the family dynamics. I got upset and told Clara that if Lily isn't included as she promised, then neither of us will attend the wedding. Now Clara's upset, saying I'm being unreasonable and using Lily to manipulate her decision. My parents think I should just let it go and not miss Clara's big day over something like this. I feel torn because while I don't want to miss my sister's wedding, I also don't want to teach Lily that it's okay for people to break their promises to her. So, Reddit AITA for refusing to go to the wedding if Lily isn't a flower girl. AITA itchy for not wanting my biracial kids to meet their dying racist grandfather. So I'm in an interracial marriage of 10 years. I'm black and my wife is white. About 12 or so years ago, I met my wife's grandfather at my now sister-in-law's wedding somewhere in tiny town, Texas. Turns out the guy's pretty racist. That was the last time either of us had any communication with him. Fast forward 2024, we have a 5-year-old boy and a 2-year-old girl. Also, things have hit the skids in our marriage, hopefully temporarily. Wife told me today the old man is dying and she was going to see him. I said, cool, go for it, the kids, and I will stay back home. She said, no, the kids are coming. This is when things started to break down because we were under the understanding that Grandpa had already been dead to us, a choice she made without me asking. I told her I don't feel comfortable in taking our little half-black kids to tiny town Texas to meet their already proven racist grandfather. And when you live that life, that's the decisions you make. She's still taking them, and I'm trying to figure out AITAH in this situation. AITAH for finding my wife more attractive in lazy clothes versus when she does her makeup, hair, etc. I think it's important to mention that I'm likely on the spectrum, and as a result, I have a really hard time saying things I don't really feel, even if I know it's the right thing to say. The times that I'm struck by how attractive my wife is usually when she's wearing some cozy, lazy outfit like sweatpants and a t-shirt, or a cozy sweater and a beanie and slides. I don't know why, I'm just very drawn to that look. When I feel those feelings, I tell her in a very genuine way, "You look so pretty," or something like that. The other day, she sent me a picture of her from a wedding we went to where she had her hair done and did her makeup, etc. And all I responded was cutie, because she is indeed a cutie. Today she told me that when she sends me things like that, she would hope that I would give her a better response, and how it's frustrating that I give better compliments when she's wearing sweatpants. Her hair's a mess, no makeup, and hasn't showered in a day. Quite frankly, her behavior sounds a lot like her mom. My wife has talked about many times that she doesn't want to be like her mom, while also acknowledging that she has some of her characteristics. Of course, I'm not dumb enough to say, "You're acting like your mom a little," but that's what I was thinking. Her mom is the type who would fish for compliments, And then the day is ruined if she doesn't get what she was hoping for. Her mom very much has an external sense of self, and in a lot of ways my wife does as well. My wife doesn't go as far as her mom, but it's obviously a little similar. I don't think that's a healthy behavior, and I said as much to my wife. It puts this uncomfortable pressure on me not to respond how I would naturally respond. But instead I start thinking, okay, what do I need to say here to avoid upsetting her or making her feel bad about herself? Which is exactly how my wife described growing up with her mom. AITA.